Dear students, I am Archana Dikshit. Welcome to science class. We will discuss the chapter Our Environment. This chapter is in your second unit test. So, though it is a simple chapter and many factors you must have studied in the social science also. So, let us begin our environment. Environment word you must have used in day-to-day life. Generally we understand environment means surroundings in common language or daily life language. It means surrounding. So let us do in detail. First of all, I would like to tell you that environment word has been derived from the French word which is environner, ENVIRONNER. So it has derived from this word. Let us do the definition of environment. According to science, environment can be defined as the physical and biological world in which we live. Physical and biological world in which we live. Here physical word means abiotic factors. Physical surroundings, abiotic environment. Abiotic means it will include non-living components like air, then soil, temperature, humidity, rainfall, etc. And sorry and biotic factors are the living components, which includes the bacteria, the living organisms, plants, animals, etc. Though this is about the abiotic environment. So now it is clear to you. If it is asked what is called environment, so you can answer that environment can be defined as the physical and biological world in which we live or in which living organisms live. Now you understand abiotic environment means what and biotic environment means what. The next important heading is about the abiotic environment. Next heading this you have done. So next heading will be about the biodegradable waste. This biodegradable waste can be defined as the waste material which can be decomposed by bacteria, fungi and other microorganisms. Biodegradable waste is never harmful for the living organisms. It can be converted into simple components. While non-biodegradable waste cannot be converted or decomposed into simple components or simple elements. They are always harmful because they cannot be converted, they cannot be decomposed into simple elements. Example we take, so differences are clear to you. Now one difference we have clear, that biodegradable substances can be broken down to simple and non-toxic substances by the action of microorganisms, and non-biodegradable waste cannot be broken down to simple non-toxic substances by the action of microorganisms in nature. That means both are, this is also the same, both are converse of each other. Now biodegradable waste can be recycled naturally, while non-biodegradable waste cannot be recycled naturally. they cause pollution. Non-biodegradable waste cause the pollution. It can be any type of pollution: soil pollution, air pollution, water pollution. Then biodegradable waste, when they decompose, they produce the useful products, useful substances or useful products are formed. While non-biodegradable waste, they produce chemicals and they remain unchanged only. So they do not produce any useful products. They have chemicals. So they remain unchanged. I think the differences are clear to you. Now, biodegradable waste does not contaminate the environment or air, soil, water, while non-biodegradable waste disturb the environment. In environment we can take air, water, soil. So pollution is caused. Examples, you can take cow dung is the biodegradable waste. Then vegetable peels are biodegradable waste. Paper, biodegradable waste. While non-biodegradable waste, chemicals, synthetic fibers, polythene bags, they are all non-biodegradable waste. So this is clear to you. Now we are doing about the ecosystem. This ecosystem. Ecosystem can be defined as the system in which living organisms interact with non-living components of the environment. For example, human beings. Human beings take the oxygen from the air and give out carbon dioxide. So this is our interaction with the environment. So this ecosystem is actually interaction of living organisms with the components of the environment. Now, ecosystem is the structural and functional unit of biosphere, because all organisms live in biosphere only. Biosphere you have studied last year also, that biosphere has the air in which birds can fly, till the height the birds can fly. Our atmosphere it means. Then lithosphere, that is the earth crust, and the ocean, seas, lakes in which aquatic organisms can live. So these are all called the biosphere. So what living organism does? They interact with the non-living factors and thus they balance the nature, or you can say balance the environment. Now this ecosystem has two types of components, abiotic components and biotic components. These are the same as you have studied here. Abiotic, biotic environment. Same thing, abiotic, biotic component. Abiotic components in this temperature, sunlight, then humidity, etc. Biotic components, bacteria, fungi, then living organisms, plants, etc. Now ecosystem can be of two types, man-made ecosystem and second one, natural ecosystem. Man-made ecosystem is actually developed by the humans, and a natural ecosystem that occurs naturally on the earth. For example, a forest. A forest is a natural ecosystem, while aquarium is a man-made ecosystem. Then crop field. Crop field is man-made ecosystem, while river or lakes will have natural ecosystem. Marine system, that is natural ecosystem. Garden is man-made ecosystem. So these examples you should be able to differentiate between two types of ecosystem. One is natural ecosystem and other is artificial or man-made ecosystem. Okay. Now abiotic components are clear to you. Now again, the other type of classification which we can do for the ecosystem is that ecosystem can also be classified into land ecosystem and water ecosystem. Water ecosystem is called aquatic ecosystem and land ecosystem is called terrestrial ecosystem. So this way also we can differentiate. For example, terrestrial ecosystem, you can say that means desert is terrestrial ecosystem, then forest is terrestrial ecosystem, on hills terrestrial ecosystem. Similarly, as just now I told you, pond is aquatic ecosystem, then ocean is aquatic ecosystem. So this way we can differentiate. Okay, this we did. Now next thing we are going to do, that is about the food chain. Food chain and food web. Actually, food chain is the interdependence for the food requirements. For example, grass is there. This grass is eaten by the grasshopper. Grasshopper is eaten by the frog. Frog is eaten by the snake. This is the food chain. Okay, so grass is eaten by the grasshopper. So grass is called the producers. Why? Because they can manufacture their own food with the help of sunlight, chlorophyll and water and carbon dioxide. So they are called producers, and grasshopper will be considered as consumer. This frog is also consumer, snake is also consumer. But since grasshopper is taking only grass, so it is called herbivore, because it is eating only grass, herbivore, leaves. Frog is eating grasshopper. Frog will be considered as carnivore. Then snake is eating frog. So snake is also carnivore. Similarly, there are omnivores also. For example, human beings are omnivore. Bear, B-E-A-R, bear is omnivore. Cockroach is omnivore. Means they eat the grass type of plants or other leaves, etc. as well as they can eat the grasshopper or any other such kind of living organism. So omnivore. So three types are there: herbivore, carnivore, omnivore. Herbivore like deer. Deer is herbivore. Deer is eating the grass, for example, herbivore. Deer will be eaten by the lion. So lion is carnivore. But if we see the consumer level, then grass will be called as producers and herbivores will be called first level consumer. Frog will be called second level consumer. Snake will be called third level consumer. Generally till fourth level consumer. Remember, as we are moving from bottom to the top, like from grass to snake, the number of animals get fewer. So this was about the food chain.